So I usually don't talk about stories or anything that happens in my childhood or my teenage years or my school years or anything like that. However, I feel as though it would be kind of important for this video. But anyways, guys, what's going on, guys? HoodStar here, back with another video. Hopefully you guys are having a great day today. And if you guys are having a great day today, if you guys woke up feeling great today, it would be really so awesome if you guys liked this video, commented, and subscribed. And I know I haven't been uploading for a while, but today I wanted to talk about a story that happened to me in my childhood years. So if you guys are interested in more stories like this, definitely like this video, comment, and subscribe. It would really help me out, guys, because this is actually a pretty scary story. However, the outcome of the story is pretty awesome, and I'm glad it happened this way. And but yeah, guys, if you guys honestly, if you guys want more stories like this video, comment down below if you guys want more stories like this. But anyways, thanks to my friend for this awesome gameplay. Shout out to him. I don't have any gameplay at the moment, so I asked him to provide me for some gameplay. So, he said why not. Anyways, guys, this is HoodStar. This is my channel, and I'll be uploading more. Yeah, stay tuned in for another video in like a week or so. But anyways, guys, let's get right into it. So basically, this is around when I was in 7th grade in middle school. I was basically a knucklehead. I was kind of that person who was a follower. I was kind of going through a phase, kind of a crazy phase. So this was in 7th grade, middle school, and I was around like 13 or 12 years old, and I was pretty young. I was into girls and stuff, and I was into ditching class and stuff, and I was just into like a lot of stuff. I was very I was very active and very how do you say it? I was very I wanted to do trouble. I was a problem child, basically. I was doing a lot of trouble. And yeah, that's what I was known for in my high school, not my high school, in my middle school. What am I saying? Oh, so yeah, in my middle school, I was kind of known for kind of this guy who was a knucklehead. He was a kind of a person that was kind of crazy, doing whatever he wants, ditching class and whatever. But however, I grew out of that phase. But anyways, this story starts out in middle school. I was I was kind of this was on my 7th year. So yeah, I already got to know all the kids, all the girls I liked. I already got to know all the guys I liked to hang out with, and I already knew the ins and outs of the school, basically. So yeah, I already knew everyone I liked. I knew everyone I disliked. Even my enemies, I knew who they were. They knew who I was, and we had a mutual hatred towards each other, if that makes any sense. But anyways, that doesn't really make any sense. But yeah, but basically, we knew we hated each other. For my enemies, for people I didn't like, we knew we wanted to stay away from each other as much as we can. So, but yeah, that's how our school kind of ran, basically. We knew the ins and outs of everything. It's my 2nd year of high school. I already got to know the teachers I hated. I already got to know the people I didn't want to hang out with. Hell, I even got used to the food I didn't like and the food I liked in the school. So like any other kid would. So explain how my school works. So yeah, guys, let me quickly explain how my school works. So every semester we have this kind of thing where each class has 15 kids, and they take them out of that class, and then they have another class, and then they take 15 kids of that class, and then they switch 15 kids with that 15 kids. So they do this every semester, and I'm pretty sure if you guys, your middle school you guys went to, or if you're a little kid who go to elementary school, well, if you're watching this and you're like 7 years old, then I don't know why you're watching this. I'm just a Skate 2 and Skate 3 player. I don't know why you're watching me. But yeah, do your homework, kids. But anyways, if you're like 15, then good. You're obviously in high school, middle school. So yeah, I'm pretty sure your middle school, your high school that you go to has periods. 1 through 6 or 1 through 7. So basically, guys, let me quickly give you guys some context of how my school works. So in my school we have 6 periods. 1 through 6. However, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we have a 7th period, which is basically like a free period we have. And, we always, look forward to that. We always look forward to the free period. And, yeah, it was kind of the highlight of the whole week. Tuesdays and Thursdays was always, pizza parties and stuff like that on 7th periods, which is basically the last period. And after that, we gotta go home, and after that, that's fine. So yeah, but anyways, guys, it's good that I already gave you guys some context and gave you guys some information on how my school ran and the ins and outs of my school. I told you guys kind of a description, kind of a quick summary of my school. So let's begin of how I almost got jumped. Yes, this is kind of a crazy story. It's not like I actually got jumped. However, the outcome of the story was really weird and awesome. It was just so weird. But yeah, anyways, this was around So, but yeah. Anyways, I was just, it was, obviously it was in seventh grade. But yeah, obviously it was in seventh grade. I already got to know the whole school and everyone, and all the things in the school, and I basically got a quick idea of, how my school was. I already got used to my whole school. So, anyways, guys, this day was actually on a Thursday, which is, basically the day before Friday, and it was fifth period, which is basically 2 periods before the seventh period, which is basically the free time period, and I was honestly, in class, I was doing my work, and I wasn't really paying attention to anything or anyone. I was actually working with a partner with a project that we were working on for weeks and weeks, and it was kind of like the last days that we had to finish it. So I was really focused on that. I wasn't really focused on anyone or anything, so I was mostly focused on the project. But anyways, so I was just there doing my work and all that, just chilling, doing my thing, trying to get my A plus, whatever or whatever in middle school. But even though middle school you don't really graduate, based on the work you do, you just graduate. That's it. So middle school they kind of give you off with like a with a tap on the back, even if you're a bad kid. But it was 15 minutes till the class ended. I was really focused on. I was basically glued to my desk, and all I heard was a door open, and it was time. It was actually time, guys. It was actually time for the 15 kid, rule thing, whatever. Every semester, they have 15 kids switch out, and then that's it. So there comes these 15 kids, right? And some of them, like about like 10 of them, I already knew. I already knew who they were, and some of them were girls I actually, I thought were pretty, and I thought, I wanted to talk to. So, anyways. They came inside, and they sat down. They got to know everyone, and some of them I already knew. So, however, there were 4 or 5 kids that I didn't know at all, and little did I know they were actually new kids from a different school. I'm like, okay. The teacher was like, oh, these kids are new kids. They're gonna be with us, for the whole semester. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I'm fine with new kids, and so right when I looked up to check the clock, it was honestly 10 minutes to the class to end. So, but weirdly enough, I noticed one of the 4 new kids who were new from the different school. I noticed one of them looking at me. But it wasn't until I realized after that they were actually together. They're actually, they're friends. They're like literally best friends. They're the reason I almost got jumped. They're basically the villains of the story. So yeah. So I noticed one of them looking at me and staring at me weirdly, like a weird psychopath. It's weird. I didn't really think much of it. I was honestly like, okay, he's just he's just looking at me. He just kind of like, I guess he's kind of being weird. Okay, I won't really pay much attention to it. I'm obviously doing my work and my project. So I look back down, because obviously when you're so motivated to do this project, and when your partner is motivated, it motivates you, and then you just want to not focus on anything, not even girls, at the moment. So, but obviously your boy HoodStar, his young self was obviously a guy who obviously wanted to talk to girls and do all that crazy stuff. But it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I looked back down to focus on my work. But I looked up again to check the clock again, like 5 minutes later. It was obviously 5 minutes again. I noticed he was staring at me again, like looking at me like as if he knew me. So I was just like, okay, I gotta do something, man. Straight out, I literally, sat next to him. I was like, what's up? What's your problem? Do you know who I am? All he said was, and this shocked me. He said, "Shut the fuck up, bitch. Go back to your desk." I obviously, the crazy person and the angry person I was like, no, I'm not gonna sit. I'm not gonna, go back to my desk. Why are you staring at me? It's weird of you to stare at me. So that's it. That's all I said as I was walking back to my desk. So. And then he's like, all he said was, "You're gonna wish you never said that." So obviously, the crazy person I was, the oblivious person I was like, you know what? He's just saying that just to fuck around. He's obviously saying that just to say stuff. Little did I know, I was freaking wrong. I was honestly wrong, guys. I wish I would have never told him that. But either way, nothing really happened. Nothing to the extent of majority or extremeness happened to me. So something just happened that almost happened, but I feel like as though this story kind of changed me for the better, because it made me a smarter person, a more aware person. But anyways, it was sixth period, the bell rung, 5 minutes passed. I finished the project exactly when the marker or when the clock hit till it ended, basically, till it was 5 minutes till it ended. But anyways, the bell rung. I was out walking. Obviously I had a bike, and obviously I obviously I love to take my bike to school and to home, and honestly I didn't really live too close to my school. But anyways, I was walking towards my my bike rack place, and I wanted to go pick up my bike. So I got out of school officially, and I guess I was done with that whole day, of the work and the hassle of those guys. So yeah, I officially left the school, and I was on my bike, and weirdly enough, I noticed behind me there were like in the distance. I noticed that this is in the distance, not really close, like, but I noticed in the distance there they were with bikes too. They had bikes too, and there was four of them. It was literally four of them, and I was like, okay, this is weird. And I noticed they were catching up to me as soon as I was riding my bike, even further and further. So I was like, you know what? Why not take a corner, right? I took a corner, and obviously I was still in the block of the school, so I didn't really pay much attention to it. I knew that I was kind of like, if something happens, then I'm basically next to school, so nothing's really gonna happen to me. So I kept riding my bike, and they caught up with me. So they were obviously following me. I noticed. I was like, okay, they're obviously following me. I took a corner, and they took that corner, and then I took another corner. They took that corner, basically until the point where I was basically alone with them. So there I was. I was like thinking in my head, like, what the fuck? What did I get myself into? So I realized that it was them. It was them. It was not only the guy who disrespected me and stared at me, but his other friends, his other three friends. There was four of them. So I was tripping balls. I was like, holy fuck! Like I either gotta go home, or I gotta go somewhere else, and it was weird. So they were obviously chasing me for a long fucking time, like 5 or 10 minutes. So they were like, I realized like they were out to get me. So but honestly, after like 10 or 15 minutes, like after like literally pedaling and stomping on my bike and just trying to get out there and trying to get away from them, all I heard from him was, I told you so, I told you so. And they got me. They fucking got me. I was into a fucking corner. I tried to go into an alley to kind of take a shortcut to go home, just to kind of lose them. But I realized the alley I went to was a dead end. It was honestly a dead end. So I realized I was freaking screwed. That's where they almost freaking, jumped me. So I was obviously pinned in the corner, or not in the corner, in a dead end, in a dead alley. But I was still trying to pedal. I was obviously still riding my bike, and they were still behind me. I was trying to see if there was like maybe a secret, exit, and there wasn't. So they obviously caught up to me, and they honestly just ambushed me. They freaking bumped me. They freaking crashed me. They literally just sped up so much to literally bump into me, and for me to fly out and hit the freaking wall. So that's exactly what happened. My bike was not with me. It was on the floor, and I was on the floor, and honestly, all he said, and this was freaking crazy, but he said it like a freaking psychopath, or like a bad fucking villain. All he said was, I told you so, man. I told you you would have regretted that. I obviously knew I was going to get jumped and, get my bike stolen, and that's it. Call it a day, go home, take it like a champ, and that's it. So I was obviously there laying on the floor with kind of blood from my nose, and but basically I saw a rock. I saw a rock on the floor, but it was under a newspaper. I noticed there was a newspaper kind of covering it, so they really didn't see it. However, I was able to see it because I was obviously on the floor. So I was like, you know what? Let me take that rock and like just hit that guy who basically the leader guy, the guy who I had a problem with basically. So I took the rock and I threw it right at him as hard as I could. And as soon as I hit him with the rock, he literally stepped back and like got hit by the rock. It was obviously the craziest shit I could ever see, guys. I grabbed my bike and went home. I booked it. I booked it with my bike. I booked it so fast as I could with my bike. And literally, I was out the alley. I was out the corner. I took every corner I could. I took every false corner I could, just to kind of get them, kind of puzzled as to where I am. And I eventually lost them, and obviously it was a fucking crazy story. And I know this was kind of long, guys, but I wanted to tell you guys exactly what happened. But goddamn, man, I fucking survived that fucking beating and getting my bike stolen. And honestly, guys, my bike cost $170. I had to freaking save up a month of money. I was obviously in middle school, so the thing I did was honestly go get some cereal. I want to go get some cereal. I want to go get some Cocoa Puffs, and that's it, with the milk and some good chocolate milk afterwards. And yeah, I called it a day. But yeah, anyways, guys, that's basically what happened. So after that, they never really messed with me ever since. They knew that he's like kind of they saw me as kind of like a crazy person or something because I threw a rock at them. But yeah, they didn't even look at me at all. So But yeah, that's basically the story of how I almost got jumped. I know this was a long story, but yeah. But if you guys enjoyed this video, like this video, comment, subscribe, so much support, and it would really help me out, guys. It really would. Seeing as you guys are supporting my channel and giving me comments and compliments and liking this video, it would really help me out, ever more, because it's helping me out and get out there more. Anyways, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, smash that like button and please subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.